lesson learned, which is, and this is why we built it into the AMI program, which is actually have a whole, build your practice in a way, just like the hospital systems, build your practice in a way that you could take, we call them tools, right?
And I remember seeing that guy came in with the gangrenous toe and they wanted to amputate his leg from above the knee.
Yep.
And Dr. Jenkins said, well, we can help you with this. And it smelled so bad.
Mm-hmm.
He started doing IV and the guy's toe healed up. He had to get the tip of his toe taken off, but saved his leg. The guy got ability to walk. He had, everything came back normal. And I was looking at that going, how can we stop doing this?
We gave him $250,000 of our hard-earned money to that patient, basically.
Yeah, well, no, there was a bunch of patients.
I know. Well, I think two lessons we learned. One, there was other chelation clinics around that's all they did. It was their business model. We could have referred there.
That's what finally pushed me over the edge. My accountant said, when I drive here to your clinic, I pass a chelation clinic 5 miles up the road.
I was like, that's it. We're referring them over there. So, but the other thing I think that we learned was this, is that the idea that you have a business that's doing well or that's maybe doing okay, and that you're going to buy some isolated or random machine or system and just plug it on. What happens is, as you keep plugging things on, it's like building a house, a small bungalow, and then deciding you're going to add onto it. And somebody drives by and goes, what is all that stuff they added onto that house? Because it looks like all different houses.
Right.
It's the same thing in the clinic. And that was the mistake we made, was we had this machine that was so well oiled that everything was maximized for the patients. And then there was 25% of our space was this random space that was like, what do I want to say? It was like a ghost town in there. You'd walk through this huge space with one patient in there. Because we never fit it in with what we did.
Well, there was a couple times we filled the chairs, but still it didn't pay the bills. It was a very time-consuming, money-consuming program.
It was, yeah. But lesson learned, which is, and this is why we built it into the AMI program, which is actually have a whole, build your practice in a way, just like the hospital systems, build your practice in a way that you could take, we call them tools, right? That you can put a tool in, like rehab or chiropractic or chelation, whatever it is, you put it in the toolbox. And when you process patients, everybody's considered for that service if it's indicated. And if you don't want the service anymore, you take it out. You don't disrupt the whole practice like we did. We took 25% of our space and dedicated it to this and took manpower for a different program. Just like clients sometimes buy, they'll buy a neuropathy program. And it's like a completely different program, different processing of patients. And then they buy a decompression program. And then they buy a nutrition program, and it's completely different.
Right. And you become kind of like a Kmart of healthcare, if you remember what Kmart is.
I remember Kmart, yes.
What you want to be is
Martha
be the
Stewart,
place.
she put all her stuff in Kmart.
Yeah. Well,
yep.
She was the best thing that happened to Kmart.
She was the best thing that happened to Kmart.
Before they went out of business.
I know.
But I'll tell you, the thing you want to be is you want to be the clinic where people go, I have this problem. What can you do for me? And so having the toolbox concept, which is what we promote, and I think we're the only ones who promote this, having that toolbox and saying, okay, let's evaluate the patient, see what they have, see if we can help them, see what tools they would need, come up with a formula for that patient that will encompass those tools to help them get to the goals that they want. And that's how we do our businesses. And that little simple concept makes it so much better. Now you don't have this thing happening over here that drains everything from this program.
Exactly. Which is the mistake that we made, was putting in fractured programs. Yeah. And that's what AMI systems are, as such that when you put them in, you never have to change how you process a patient through the intake. You never have to change how you ask questions in the consult room with the patient. You don't have to ever change any of that.